All right, we're going to start chapter 5, and our first lesson is lesson 2 on unit rates. Now, before we get into rates, we're going to talk about ratios. And you can see here that a ratio is a comparison of two or more quantities by division. So, for example, 5 teachers to 125 students, you can do 5 divided by 125, and that gives you 1 over 25. Now, if you have measurements, both quantities should have the same unit of measure. So this one's 3 inches to 5 feet. So they converted the 5 feet to inches, and you get 3 over 60, which is 1/20. Okay, so they did 1 and 2 for you there. Number 3 is 72 cards over 30 cards. Now they're the same unit, so we don't have to change anything. So 72 out of 30 reduces to 12 over 5. And you can keep it improper. All right, 4 and 5 show you how to convert. So we'll do number 6 here. We have 2 miles for 14 yards. So we're going to convert our miles to yards because we're going to go with the smaller unit. So we're going to times this by 1,260. That's how many yards are in a mile. Actually, let me look here at the bottom here. 1760, it should be 1760. Sorry about that. So 1,760 times 2. 3520 over 14, that looks better. And you can divide them both by 2, since they're both even. So you'd get 1760 over 7 as your final answer there for number 6. And again, they're both in yards. If you look at number 8 on the next page, it's money, and it has a decimal. So just like when you do long division that you learned in elementary school, all right, we don't want any decimals inside or outside. So we're going to take this over to the right, which means we have to take that one over to the right. So you're now going to do 12 over 30, which reduces to the 2/5. Okay, so same with this one. One place to the right, so one place to the right would be 135 out of 300. So 135 out of 300 reduces to 9 over 20. Okay. All right, so let's get into rates. This is where a ratio of two quantities having different kind of units. And the first one is miles per gallon. The second one there is money per boxes. And when we talk about unit rate, unit is how much for one. So when you go to the grocery store, you know, if it's $11 for 4 boxes of, Cheez-Its, how much are they charging you for 1 box of Cheez-Its? So you would divide. And you can see that down at number 10. For number 11, you would do 419 divided by 4. Always put your money first. And we're going to round, since it's money, to the nearest hundredth, which is $1.05. When you have time, that goes second. So 565 miles divided by 12 hours. How much is that in 1 hour? And 47.1. Just make sure you're labeling. That would be miles per hour. All right, if you look at number 20, this is if you want to know how much is the best buy. This is good for when you're going to the grocery store and maybe you're comparing different brands of mac and cheese or different brands of green beans. All right, which one's the cheapest for 1? So go ahead and divide those. This gives you $4.25 per shirt. This one gives you $4.50 per shirt. And the last one gives you $4.20 per shirt. So this one would be the cheapest for one shirt. And the last part on the next page here is how much for one. Again, identify the unit rate. So when it's in a graph, you want to go over 1 and up, and you can see that one would be 50 miles per hour. For 24, if you go over 1 and up, you're kind of in the middle there, so maybe $23 per hour. $25 over 1 and up, that would be 60 miles per hour. And 26 over 1 up, that's going to be 10 liters per day.